Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Summit. And we are going to be kicking it off right with ATATA and IceKnight in losers finals. Again, going to be seeing who faces off Icon. But yeah, we first got to get through this really tough battle between the last three standing players as we have here. So it's going to be a fun one. How is everyone else feeling? I mean, we've got also Cypher as well joining us. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, guys. I think we get right into it, yeah?
Yeah. Are we feeling good about watching, again, the new, El Clasico of the Chicago scene?
It really is. That's like truly the top rivalry, I feel like, at this point in the game's lifespan,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll pull up the set count here shortly before we throw to it. But what are we expecting to see here? I mean, these guys go back and forth so often.
100%. They play a lot. So I think the biggest thing is IceKnight will often he'll full hop. He'll try to get ATATA to chase him to get under him because Ness's disjoints are the biggest thing that keep Greninja from opening him up with dash attacks, spacing, fairs, backup. So, IceKnight will try to bait him with his full hop to chase him and get under him, and then whiff punish. So baiting jumps essentially is the name of the game for IceKnight.
Yeah, and by the way, we should introduce our new commentator on the desk.
What's up, everybody?
What's your name? Tell us who you are.
What's up, guys? My tag is Cypher, Falco player, rank 6 in Chicago. Yeah.
Banger. And you had an awesome run today as well.
All right, run. All right.
I got to point this out. Look at that smile, dude. Look, give us a smile. Look at that smile. Look at that smile.
Electric.
Stop.
Bringing some hot knowledge too. Like that's some stuff that I feel like we've been really wanting for on the couches here. Is like that specific top player knowledge. Pete.
Top player. Oh, thanks, man.
Thanks, man. It's relative, and I think that relative to everybody, you're a top player, buddy. Oh man,
I'm really excited to get into this though. Like I said before, I mean basically outside of IceKnight versus Icon Grant, these are very studied matchups player-wise. These are players that play each other very, very often. So we're going to see it come down to the most minute details. And that's some of my favorite Smash to watch is those sets between players that play all the time, who sit there and study each other's habits, their micro expressions, everything they could possibly do to get just a little bit of an edge. So we're going to see how that pans out here in IceKnight versus ATATA.
We're going to get started here. Their current set count, as far as I can tell, is 19-35 in favor of ATATA.
That checks out. That does check out.
Yeah.
I will say, until recent, can you tell me the last 5 sets, the winners between them?
Yeah. Not right away, but yeah.
Not right away?
Yeah.
Okay, because something that I do want to say is that early 2022 up until probably about November, ATATA was like the guy to beat, to be honest.
100%.
It was something that I was hearing in the whisperings between the other PR players all the time. How do we beat this guy? How do we take games off of ATATA? How do we take sets off of ATATA? And it took a group effort really to really sit down and study and really figure out what they can do, because ATATA was such a bastion of power almost. But eventually, the other players were able to finally start taking things off of him and start trading sets and start getting more and more wins. So this is kind of the culmination of that as we get into this first game here. And ATATA doesn't seem to care about anything that I just said here because he's got IceKnight at 81%, almost basically unanswered.
And keep in mind, they did play earlier today in the Gauntlet stage. ATATA took it 3-2 over IceKnight. So IceKnight probably getting its run back in this bracket.
Just to let you know, if you're not counting the one from earlier in this tournament, their last 5 sets, 4 of them have gone to ATATA. Those 4 were double eliminations at an ignition.
Okay.
But in this venue, in losers finals, that's the IceKnight win.
Okay.
It could be. It could be.
We're in that same venue.
He's
We're
sure
once
hoping
again
so.
here. Yeah, of course.
Everybody is. Everybody
Taking
wants a
advantage.
piece of ATATA. You know what I mean? It's always been so hard for Chicago to really get ATATA to show any signs of weakness. So we'll see how we're able to get that started here. But ATATA, like I said already, he took that first stock really quickly and is keeping it up. But IceKnight able to find something. No up smash on the kill confirmed.
Trying to force his way back to the center. IceKnight couldn't find the combo, and now they're just scrapping under these platforms. trying to find any opening, but both of these players patient as ever, running for the shields.
Yep, there we go. Able to find the down tilt, but no kill just yet. Can we find a little bit of a recovery? Not yet. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
That's what I love to see. Again, IceKnight showing out the Hydro Pump and the, almost like 2.0 version of it. Being able to kill with it and take stocks is so impressive because not only is it a recovery option, but it's also a kill option as well. And, not looking too bad here. Even though he's got a little bit of a deficit, a little bit behind in percentage here, he's going to be able to make this up, honestly.
Just another one of those things that IceKnight has been recently showing such success in is using the Hydro Pump to mess up recoveries, but specifically recoveries where you're relying on like another projectile or another piece, like pushing Robbie away from his grenade on a snake recovery, now pushing Ness away from PK Thunder on the recoveries.
Nice.
Sometimes it's just classic, right? Sometimes you get those just clean confirms into up smash, but IceKnight is somebody that's ever evolving, using things like substitute and Hydro Pump in more creative ways every time we watch him.
Just barely whiffing that PK rocket, and IceKnight not capitalizing too much off of it, but it's still a bad position for him still.
Yeah, he was unable to find that up smash conversion, as you said, Excelsior. But, I mean, again, he's still sitting comfortably with a stock lead here, going to get any extra credit possible here. And, yeah, this is for our game 1, by the way. So this is going to set the tone for the rest of the set.
ATATA is definitely swinging a lot in this game 1, and I think it's going to set up for a lot of late-stage conditioning in this set with the way IceKnight's been maneuvering around his hitboxes. I think we'll have to see later in the set if IceKnight can kind of diffuse the situation and stop ATATA from swinging freely, essentially.
What do you think is like the best approach for that? Like, is it trying to suffocate ATATA, or is it, punishing on any whip?
I think he's got to move a little bit more disciplined. I think he's dashing a lot. I think some walking and some, well, I thought you died there. A little bit more chilled out gameplay. He's getting his dashes stuffed a lot. I think that's the biggest thing here.
And just as early as game 1, the conditioning can be set up, and IceKnight has turned this game quite a bit around, even it up a good bit here. ATATA still pressing the attack.
Misinput, that might be it. Unfortunate misinput from IceKnight.
Yeah, almost barely lived that, but unfortunately, ATATA is going to be taking the lead for game 1 right now. But that looks still like very close either way. That still went to last stock, and I feel like IceKnight definitely still had the energy to keep going and take ATATA's last stock there.
So for a situation like we saw in winners finals, whoever won the first game got to select the final stage, and that did wind up coming into play in terms of the success of IceKnight. So ATATA wins this first one, but how many times have we heard IceKnight's opponent wins game 1, and then suddenly Sean's won the whole thing?
Yeah. I mean, we just watched it happen, right, against Raven King just a set ago. He said it himself. Sean is so good when he has those first 2 games to kind of collect information. And once he can get that ball rolling on the momentum, very smart player once he can get that first game.
Oh my god, looking for an early PK Rocket almost, but I mean, who knows? With ATATA, you can't ever be too sure of his next move, honestly, because he's just constantly crafting and really just kind of keeping IceKnight on his toes here.
One thing IceKnight was talking about earlier today is how good his Game 5 adaptations and conditioning has been. His Game 5s have been dominant in most of the games, most of the sets that he's played this weekend. So I want to see if he can take that precedent and take it to this set.
Right, and that starts by sandbagging the first game, of course, going down intentionally.
It's all for information, of course.
And of course, yeah, the first game is just
in hindsight, you gotta say it.
Up air, evens the stocks back up, both 0%. As we reset neutral on this neutral heavy stage, PS2 is really all about how you can play that first interaction.
Like I said, getting his dash stuffed out with that PK Thera, ATATA knows that he can swing wherever he wants, essentially. IceKnight jumping in, though, finally getting an opening.
Okay, good stuff by the PK Fire. The freedom of movement on the double flats, of course, is nice for ATATA, but IceKnight, with this long stage, is happy to disengage, re-engage, disengage, and then find the clutch opening to force an edge guard, to force a disadvantage option.
Air dodge to ledge.
I am loving this hit and run tactic that IceKnight is applying here. Dashing in and out, bobbing and weaving. Finally, once ATATA feels like he's not going to pull the trigger, pulling it, but unfortunately for him, just a raw up smash in. The center stage is going to call him out, but hey, it's not over because you can still find a kill here. He's at 115%, one dash attack, one down tilt. It can spell the end for ATATA's second stock.
ATATA, of course, privy to it, shielding for a little bit longer, not going to eat that one, but oh, the falling nair was so crucial there. The reversal could come out, but only so much you can do against some shadow sneaking.
So hard for IceKnight to get in here. We're getting to that dangerous percent, unfortunately. No, but we're not going to reach it just yet. Yeah, good stuff. Able to get the kill confirmed. Not going to get to that weird percent where Greninja's having a hard time finding a kill, you know? So I'm glad that he was able to find something here, but we got to stop the bleeding a little bit because ATATA is really poised, one of those players in general, to take a single lead and become so explosive at any percentage, really.
I think IceKnight's really finding his footing on how to whiff punish these preemptive aerials and preemptive swinging from ATATA. He's really taking his time to find the right hits, just like that anti-air with the up tilt, which is disjointed and can go through Ness's forward air.
And something to note right there, I don't know if you saw it, IceKnight ran up to ATATA's shield and sat there for just a fraction of a second, right? Hesitated just enough before running away, just to put the fear into ATATA that just so you know, I know when you like to hold shield. You cannot keep doing this to me. I know when you like it. I'm going to capitalize on it when it counts the most.
Put Sewell out of the shield pressure on the platform to not get trapped with the back throw on the platform. We could have out smash, unfortunately. Back air, I don't think there's a jump here.
There's not.
Yep, and that's it.
Yeah, good stuff.
Went for a last ditch. It looks like PK Thunder to force IceKnight to tech against the stage, hoping that he would miss and then lose the stock. But unfortunately, when that's what you are fishing for, you know, you already are lost.
Yeah, and props to IceKnight, though, clutching that out. It was very favorable towards ATATA, as we saw, like, pretty much all game up until that moment where that last stock really mattered. And both of them were at higher percentages as well. So IceKnight being able to turn that round in his favor, going to be evening up the game count 1-1 here.
She's going to go to small battlefield. This is an interesting choice, you know, after having won the game, of course, you know, what the stage bans were. I think that small battlefield is, of course, never a bad choice, and you're giving Greninja a lot less room to kind of move around, and you're still maintaining the double plats that allow so much freedom of movement for Ness. Y'all hearing that?
Yeah.
IceKnight doing a very good job right now, keeping a lot of pressure on ATATA, but it's having such an, it's so hard for him to, for ATATA to really get his hands on IceKnight here, really bobbing and weaving around, doing a good job, dancing around the aerials, and ATATA has just had a hard time finding his footing in this game number 3.
Catching his landing on the platform with that up smash to take the first stock. I think this is the first lead that IceKnight has had in the set. He made the comeback last game to take game 2, and he needs to run with it at this point.
Yeah. Wow, he's having such a hard time actually getting his hands on ATATA here, or on IceKnight here.
Playing center stage as IceKnight is so wont to do. But as soon as you're not in that position, ATATA gets the opportunity, gets the opening. But you can see how hard he wants it, how much he's vying for it.
Yeah, and I'm really liking a lot of the patience coming out from IceKnight here. Not necessarily pulling the trigger too often, doing a really good job, but ATATA able to find something there as he's able to get that first stock without too much extra credit. But I mean, it might be just enough because IceKnight is certainly a shark in the water here.
Yeah, we're now seeing like the advantage turning point here as well for IceKnight. So this is the momentum he is setting up for and charging that up smash, waiting for it, but ATATA's not going to give it to him so easily just yet as they're both fighting for their lives here on the second stock.
Is that just a whiff short hop? Or?
Yeah, those are some crucial mistakes from ATATA. That could have been the stock there. Ness's kill power off of missed techs is super, super strong. IceKnight counting his lucky stars on that one.
Yeah, you have to wonder. ATATA doesn't make those types of mistakes often, so What was that? Was that just the nature of it being kind of a reversal situation, not prepared to put in the correct inputs? But is that an actual mental blow, or is ATATA mentally fortitudinous? That's the word.
I mean,
Sure.
and something that you see from ATATA specifically all the time is capitalizing so heavily off of things like that at such low percents as well. So it's interesting to me to see him miss something like that, something that we know him as as a player. So it does go to show how there are cracks in the armor.
Like he said in the Hot Ones interview with Kevin here, he did say that he doesn't really start to think about, am I going to win, am I going to lose, you know, how's it going? He just kind of plays the game as is, so I think he'll be able to get on his feet. I don't think it'll shake him too much.
Seems like that's exactly the case as he goes up the stock right here and is playing on the edge as he loves to do with an advantage. Not a stranger to stalling, but it gets a little bit shaky when you eat those hydro pumps on your double jump, and IceKnight closes out with the F tilt.
Yeah, really, really good stuff coming out from IceKnight there, taking a quick stock and stopping himself from, stopping ATATA from getting a lot of extra credit as well.
Yeah, that was definitely like the mood killer that IceKnight needed for sure, and being able to start off on this clean slate now for our last stock situation. IceKnight pretty much, you know, pressing the gas just a little bit, and especially with that parry as well, definitely on his feet right now.
Try to sneak in place.
We love
that
it.
was about, but
Yeah, we
I
love
like
it.
to see it. Rising aerials off the ledge. Ness is classic, and now we've got IceKnight on the back foot here. The slow airspeed, doesn't matter if you can swing in.
Gosh, this is so scary. Yeah, ATATA knowing that IceKnight is scared now, dash dashing back and forth, forcing him, daring him even to make a mistake in that situation.
Okay, back to stage here. We did not go for the air dodge. It's a little bit too risky against Hydro Pump, but we were able to recover. You can see holding shield, not feeling yet comfortable with the footing right now, waiting for IceKnight to throw something out and looking for a bait and punish he did. The rising aerials, IceKnight off stage. How deep is ATATA willing to go for this one? Instead chooses to wait correctly, eating the shadow sneak on the shield and getting the punish out of it. Wow, that was such a mental game right there.
Yeah.
It was. Unfortunate high side B from IceKnight there. I think the roughest part of this matchup is recovering with Greninja. His up B could easily get caught by Yo-Yo consistently, so he has to be creative, and to his detriment, he made a mistake there. So.
Well, let's call it what it is. Sandbagging for Game 5.
All
Right,
That's what I'm saying. We've been talking about this.
This is exactly where he wants to be. Fantastic stuff as we're getting into this game for IceKnight. Down one of them, and ATATA looking for the run back on Icon.
God, I'm loving these nairs up to catch on the platform from IceKnight, dealing a lot of damage, almost at 70%. But I mean, ATATA, it feels like ATATA has been, at the beginning of these games, having a hard time kind of finding out what pace IceKnight wants to play at.
Smashing through that multi-hit.
That was hilarious. I'm sorry. Just swinging forward air and then saying, you know what? He won't expect me to do it again. Yeah. IceKnight says, this will cover everything. Sweet. Okay. Expecting to land on the
punish,
platform.
okay.
I mean, what option does Greninja have to catch on and below the platform, right? I feel like you kind of have to pick.
Yeah. A little unfortunate, but a high Hydro Pump to avoid any form of ledge trapping coming out from ATATA. I love disengaging with that part of the game entirely, knowing that that's kind of a losing battle for you as Greninja, and deciding, no, I don't want to deal with that. We're going to take the high road on this one.
Catches the Yo-Yo, looking for the ledge trump. Ness ledge trumping in 2025. This is the adaptations.
Yeah, but the back air will take it there, so gonna even out the stocks now. And honestly, IceKnight didn't get too much credit though. 36%. This is definitely, you know, this is a lot of credit that like ATATA can make up for here as we see the PK Magnet slowly creeping in. Hopefully they start some combos here as we see the forward throw as well.
This approaching magnet doing a lot of work for ATATA. The hitbox is about the size of his shield, so it's much larger than it looks, beating out IceKnight's dash attack in some of these instances and opening him up.
God, I love having you on the couches. It's such cool knowledge, man.
Yeah, it really is.
I definitely appreciate like the player insight because it is such a different perspective from our perspective as a caster, but having a player really understand the game and understand what you're thinking and your thought process, it's so well to just add on to it on top of it. Okay.
great.
Yeah.
Lovely. He doesn't know how to take a
Okay.
compliment. That's how you know.
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Ever humble.
Thanks, guys.
Drag down, catches the failed tech, and the up smash evens up the stocks. IceKnight has ATATA right where he wants him on PS2.
Why are we here?
That's a good question.
I didn't even think about that until just now. Why are we on PS2?
Because IceKnight loves PS2.
IceKnight does love PS2. I think it's his favorite stage.
Yeah, understandably. But, oh my God,
So
ate
much
all
damage
of
from
the
PK
fire.
Fire. So much damage.
I feel like he kind of waded into it intentionally because you saw ATATA swing high as though he were going to tech out of it, but that's not what happened. Now we've got a combo started. ATATA misses the tech. A follow-up happens. Catches with the pivot grab, but mashes
Great
out.
mash.
Momentum swap to ATATA now.
God, I mean, and you know ATATA's mash is crazy. You see the damage he's able to do with the down
That's
tilt.
it.
So getting out of a grab like that and reversing the situation with the forward air, only to immediately take it, hook, line, and sinker with that up air. Fantastic stuff coming out from ATATA, punching his ticket into grands to get the run back on Icon.
3-1 victory right there. And as wonderful of a run as he had, every run has to come to an end one way or another. And IceKnight is out at third.
Third place finisher right here. IceKnight.
We're
Yellow
gonna
cards.
give the card to him, of course, but
Oh, yeah, of
drop
course.
the card for the terms of the bracket.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. We'll
No,
just-
no,
we'll
no,
just-
no,
No, it's fine. It's
I
fine.
mean,
It's fine.
he's together. Yeah,
It's perfect.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
It's locked in at third, and what a run.
Yeah,
Yeah,
most
amazing run. Really showcasing why he has been one of the number ones in the past and super consistently at a top level here in Chicago. But unfortunately, like, it just, sometimes when it comes to ATATA, he just outclasses you in the blink of an eye, too, because IceKnight was keeping up that entire time. It wasn't a complete wash. He took that game number 3. He was able to put in a lot of the effort there, but right when it matters, that X factor that ATATA has is able to kind of steal it away from him. And here's the man himself. How you feeling, man?
I mean, obviously I'm disappointed because I lost, but I mean, I think overall today, I'm pretty satisfied with how I played. As you guys have all known, I've been running to the bathroom over and over again. I've had a pretty bad stomach ache today, so not that
Jay.
So I'm actually pretty surprised I did, pretty well despite that.
As someone with chronic stomach issues, I feel you, man.
Yeah. So what's probably happening is I've been like sipping on Monster all day, but I've been on an empty stomach. So I've just been like
that'll
sipping
do
on
it to
it still, and it's kind of, but I have to keep sipping on it, otherwise I'm gonna get tired. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'll do it for
yeah.
you.
That's
I've been kind of fighting a little bit, but
Yeah.
so I'm a little weak right now in the stomach.
You're good, man.
Do you think you just like reached like a point of burnt out?
A little bit,
Anyway,
but I mean, he
yeah.
definitely played better than me. That's for sure. The two players that are playing the best right now are still in.
Yeah, most
You know,
definitely.
so that's, I mean, obviously I wanted more. I wanted to win. I mean, I knew I could win. Just, today was not the day. This tournament, I lost to Jeff twice. I lost to Onik, and I lost to Ned. So I only lost to those 3 players. It's not bad.
Not at all.
No, it's an incredible run. What do you want to take away from today, like, and from yesterday, this whole weekend? Like, you had a stellar run, and yeah, it may have ended a little bit sooner than you wanted it to, but what are, like, the wins? What are you taking away from this saying, like, I'm glad that I came?
I mean, obviously, this is the first Summit, like, tournament I've ever been to. I know there was one in Smash 4. If I remember correctly, what was his name? The Diddy player. You know what I'm talking about.
JJ Rockets.
JJ Rockets won that,
JJ
right?
Rockets.
I heard that's, yeah.
Shout
out JJ
JJ.
Rockets.
Shout out JJ.
I hope he's, I hope his teaching career is great right now. Although we've never really met. Yeah, I mean, this is the first invitational type tournament I've ever played in. This is the first round robin like type tournament I've ever played in. So it's definitely a new format for me. It took some time to adjust. I mean, overall, I'm very happy that I had an opportunity to compete. I was an auto invite, so I, just, getting the DM from, from the people who are running it, just being like, hey, we're running a Chicago Summit, and you're one of the guys we want there, that means a lot. So
You
yeah.
definitely earned your spot for sure.
Thank you.
Like, you are a very talented player, and you played out of your mind as well. We've seen so many game 5s and so many like incredible hydro pump plays. Like, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I see you.
Oh my
I know
God.
what you're doing, and
Yeah.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, I had a great time. The skits were funny, you know, me and Jeff.
Yeah.
Ironically, I lost to Jeff twice, and me and him were tied in a chair together in the basement. So, you know, that's kind of cool.
What's next for you? What do you have upcoming?
What's next for me? What's the date?
It's
15th?
God, this is embarrassing.
15th?
It is
Thank
the
you.
Ides of March. 15th.
Obviously, I believe later on this month is Paint Automata in Champaign.
Yep.
I'll be there. I signed up pretty recently, so, you know, I'll be there for my run back with Jeff.
Jeff will be there. Get
Yeah.
your one back.
So look back.
Yeah. After that, I have plans in Michigan for tournaments.
Got it.
I want to go to. I actually got invited to a invitational in Michigan, so I might go to that.
All right.
I want to go to
Level up
Diamond
next,
Dust.
Yeah.
Level up.
Level up. This guy is like my little manager.
He's got to lock in.
Yeah. Amer's like pestering me every day. Are your finances checked, son?
You gotta lock in.
Please register for this event. Please book your flight now. Yeah.
I
So,
see the hand motions. And
Yeah.
the
So without
light
Amer,
accent there.
I don't think I would be. I don't think I would be here. I was also my coach for today.
That's true.
Amer was a big part in talking with game plans and stuff. You know, he really helped me. I mean, I played his coach too today. We had a universal agreement when we played in bracket today, which is an unfortunate meeting that the loser had to coach the winner for the rest of the run.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like my number 1 or number 2 practice partner, and maybe one of like the biggest people I can attribute success to. So as much as I hate to give him credit, like absolutely despise giving him credit, but you know, I'll give it up. You know,
Appreciate it, man. It means a lot.
but yeah.
We're, of course,
Gotta be up
looking
for
forward
that.
to seing more of you, too.
Without falling.
Yeah.
Fantastic showing this
Yeah.
weekend, man. It's always great to see you play. But you did a fantastic job.
Can I knock my own card over?
You want to?
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
knock
here.
it
Go
over.
ahead, man. Go ahead.
What is it?
It's down at the bottom there.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry.
It's over.
No,
No,
moments
second
ruined.
chance, second
Moments
chance.
ruined.
Moments ruined.
Moments
Okay,
ruined.
I'm
Thank you
sorry.
so much.
You sure don't
No, it's
want
okay.
to?
No, I'm just joking around.
Thank you so much.
How much is it? Yeah,
Alright.
so my plans were win this event and go to Japan, but well,
Hey,
we'll
I'll
see.
you at
Magic might
Kakariki.
happen. We'll see.
I'll see you at Kakariki, right?
Yeah, I'll see your
Yeah,
girl.
yeah, I'll see you there. I'm
Yeah.
already registered. I'm already registered.
I might have to learn Japanese first, though. Yeah, I mean, again, though, thank you, Saris. Thank you, you know, all of the people that put this event. Saris is my boss, so I'm obligated to thank him. You know, if I don't, he'll probably take me out the back, old yeller. I am not going bald. I'm not going bald. I'm just gonna address the allegations now. I will not be going bald.
Get this guy off the mic. Get off the mic.
Shake your card.
Everybody wants it, Sean. You gotta lock
You're
in.
letting down
Everybody
the people.
wants it.
You are letting
What?
down the people.
Everybody wants bald night.
Everyone wants bald night, but if I go bald, I don't know if my fiance will ever be able to love me again. So,
All right, get the fiance
Yeah.
on board first.
yeah.
We've got the mission.
So you know,
I don't know that's how that works.
yeah, he's got a point. But I don't know if she loves me like that, so we'll see. Not sure.
Yeah, you gotta wait till the final ring is on.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for
Yeah, of course.
hopping on, man. Can we give it up for IceKnight, bowing out at third? Not a bad showing at all. Still a fantastic
Yeah.
player. Did a fantastic
Yeah.
job. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Again, I cannot be more grateful for the opportunity to compete here and for the opportunity to, you know, be in this scene. This tournament really showed me like how much Chicago loves each other. There was so much love between the people, so much cheering. The skits were, you know, everyone had fun. You know, this is just a really well put together event, especially for all the, you know, the issues that kind of came along. And, you know, we were going to have this event in December or January and it had to get pushed back. I'm glad it got pushed back. You know, it was a stellar event, you know, and I was happy to be here. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Another round of applause for IceKnight. Fantastic player, fantastic guy here in the scene. So much love, like he mentioned.